Okay, in these clips here, right? Stinky thought that he had this. How can I put it? He had this grand illusion that he was going to perp walk the January 6th select committee. That was his dream. But then, and if you notice on the campaign trail, he kept on repeating this, that they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. But I mean, even that was even a lie that was a bridge too far, even for MAGA. So he put that on the back burner, and then when he got elected, he really wanted to arrest these people. This fucking prick wanted to arrest these people that held him accountable, and that backfired. And you could tell in these clips, he's stewing over this. This fucking criminal is stewing over this because he can't touch. They're untouchable. They are untouchable. And he even goes so far as to say that Biden used an auto pen to pardon him, which is it's nonsense. He's reaching. And in these clips, you'll just see how doped out and stupid he is, right? And man, if I'm a reporter, you cannot pay me enough to sit across from that ass clown and listen to his shit and not slap him upside the head and say, man, the fuck you talking about, you senile old shit bomb? So, I mean, he pulls out all the old hits. And then towards the end, he's talking about men and women's sports. Like if anybody gives a shit, So enjoy these clips. It's him trying to validate an excuse or anything he can, right, to go after Cheney and Kinzinger and these people. And that miserable sack of methane, right, swears that he's going to get these people, and it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Check it out. It's funny.
This is from commerce to labor to FEMA.
Grandpa been hitting the hooch again. Roll it!
The Unselect Committee of Political Thugs, these horrible people, Democrats and two of the worst Republicans in history, crying Adam and Liz Cheney, two of the worst.
Wah! Wah! Stinky.
They are just sick people. This was the committee, and it went for a year and a half. At the end of a year and a half, what did they do? They destroyed every piece of evidence they had.
No, they didn't. Now you're just making shit up as you go along, Stinky. It's all on Google.
Because it came out totally on our side.
No, it didn't. You caused an insurrection. Now, was America stupid enough to reelect you? Yeah, they were. But you are responsible. You have cops' blood on your hands. Yeah, you're a cop killer.
Nancy Pelosi was responsible for the security.
No, she wasn't. That's a lie. And bitch, you know better, all right?
She knew that.
Nope, that's a lie.
Proclaimed it on her...
You senile old dementia J Stinkfinger. You know it. That's a lie.
Daughter's tape. I mean, her daughter's a videographer or whatever the hell.
A what? A videographer? What the fuck was that? Get the marbles out of your mouth, you senile, demented old shit for brains.
She does. And she had Nancy.
So real quick.
Yeah. You sit on a throne of lies. That's a lie.
Liar.
He's a liar. The demon is a liar.
A liar.
That lying bitch.
Liar!
This full-on junkie can't do these things anymore unless he's ripped out of his skull. Continue, Stinky.
You're saying that she was responsible for it.
Yeah.
No.
They burned everything, and then Biden gave them all apart. And these are Congress people.
No, they didn't. And you're full of shit.
These are people that are in Congress, not respected members of Congress, but they're in Congress.
Yeah.
You said that 3 times already, you junkie. Stop huffing the shit right there in front of that lady, man. You're gonna spontaneously combust, you sack of methane.
If you did that in a civil thing, but think of it, they burned, deleted, and destroyed.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't, and no, they didn't. You senile old junkie. This dude is high as a kite. Goddamn, Stinky. Stinky. One of these days, Stinky, I'm gonna be doing this, right? And you're gonna fucking just stroke out and shit yourself again.
Every single document after a year and a half.
Nope, didn't happen.
Because, like the person that said, I grabbed his massive Secret Service agent around the neck.
You grabbed him around the neck. These are the ramblings of an 80-year-old dementia-ridden shit bomb.
And I was rebuffed.
And you were rebuffed.
To the other one, I think he was a big karate guy. And
a big karate guy. Hey, Stinky, who the fuck uses karate these days? Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
And I had friends that say, don't have it changed, it's so cool. You know, I said, no.
What? Oh, Stinky thought he was Bruce Lee in action on the day of the insurrection.
I just want the truth.
That's right.
But,
Yeah. Yeah, this is their Spanish-speaking moron. Rachel Campos Duffy. Oye, you know I can do that too, Rachel. Oye, estoy aquí con el borracho pastillero barato que está arrebatadísimo. Use the translator to translate that, people.
And they burned all that information.
They didn't burn jack shit, Stinky.
Donald Trump's brain is broken.
Goddamn, Stinky, this is full La La Land right here, Stinky. Watch this.
I think she recanted. You know, I've heard.
She recanted? You mean to tell me she took back what she said? Oh, shit. Whoa.
She recanted her. And after 2 years, she said, no, it didn't happen.
What? What are you talking about?
Isn't it a shame, though, huh? Isn't it a shame?
You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're worse than him. You know what? This is a demented junkie, but you're worse than him. You are worse than him. You're pathetic. You sit there and you know that you're being lied to your face. And you have such little respect for yourself, right? That you won't push back. He's sitting here telling you, right, that Nancy Pelosi recanted? Are you recanted what? And you know it. You sit there and you take it.
And I viewed that as being so egregious. And then what did Biden do? I don't know, him or the auto pen. Whoever operated the auto pen was really the president, because I don't know.
Nah. You thought you were going to try to put those people in jail. The ones that actually held you accountable, you fucking criminal. Yeah. No, didn't happen. Won't happen. Now you're giving the auto pen excuse? No, sorry.
But Biden gave them all their freedom because they were dead. I mean, they literally, and you know how they announced it?
What do you mean they were dead? What are you talking about they were dead?
It was like a little sentence
It was like a little sentence.
document.
You want a big sentence? You're a fucking criminal and they held you accountable. Well, that's 2.
That nobody saw but me and a couple of others.
Mm-hmm.
What? A little sentence that nobody saw but you and a couple of others?
Said, for the sake of clarity, we have decided to destroy all documents.
What? You sit there and you take it.
Delete all documents having to do. So they work for you.
Yeah, because it never happened. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Making every.
It is unbelievable.
You a rotten liar.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Did you just call me a liar?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, coming from a pathological liar, I take that as a compliment.
Fucking idiot cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Listen to this senile old junkie, man.
Good thing is that this term, I call it the third term, right? I just don't want the results of the second term. Yeah. But we won it 3 times, but I don't want the results because it was terrible.
What?
Done to the border. When you think of it, what they've done to this country.
They haven't. No. What you've done with your idiot tariffs and the fact that the whole world hates us now, you fucking idiot.
With the wars, Russia, Ukraine would have never happened.
It happened and you've done nothing about it. Remember day one? Remember what were you going to do on day one? Putin blatantly disrespects you. Blatantly. I mean, it's not even close. You're you know what you are? You're his titty boy. That's what you are.
October 7th in Israel would have never happened.
Why? Oh, I could tell. Because all of those groups, they just hate you, right? They fear you, right? You senile old junkie.
Therefore, you wouldn't have hostages to worry about. You wouldn't have had anything because Iran was broke.
No, they weren't. You gave them a waiver to sell oil. That's right. They weren't broke. No, they weren't.
No money. They couldn't give it to Hamas or Hezbollah.
Not to mention, what they did on October the 7th didn't cost a lot of money. That's right. You and your idiot peace accords, right? Not acknowledging their existence are what caused this shit in the first place, you fucking asshole.
But that would have never happened.
This is a junkie. This dude is fucking high as a kite. He's disgusting.
The Russia-Ukraine would have never happened.
They happened. They happened. What do you mean would have never happened? You said that you were going to get him in a room and you were going to have it settled in 24 hours. What happened, you senile old junkie?
Embarrassment in the history of our country.
No, you know what I want you to do? I want you to continue to spit on this lady.
I believe the Afghanistan withdrawal, the way we withdrew, I think it was the most...
You had 4 years to get us out. And you were the one that hastened the timeline and you let those ISIS fighters go and bombed us on the way out. It was all you.
Embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Nonsense. You are the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. You, as you sit there.
Wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have inflation.
What are you talking about? Just sit there and continue to take it. Take it, you fucking bitch. Sí, tú, hija de la gran.
And I can name about 25 other things, but you don't have the time, especially in 2 languages.
Yes.
But it's so horrible what took place.
Ew, stinky. You could tell when he does blow, man. Ew, look at that. This dude is gross. This is a flat football that they blew up with methane.
And some people don't want to mention it, but you know the other thing, the Democrats keep talking the same way they did. They still want to have men and women sports.
Oh God, here we go. Oh God, is that all you got? This city's pathetic. This is pathetic. Say it, Anthony. Say it.
It's total bullshit.
What are you, an effing moron?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Oh, by the way, before I go, can you please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, please? And if you want a cool t-shirt or maybe one of these, go to mockingmagamorons.com and check out the website. Got a lot of products there that you can show your disdain for this prick. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.